Emirates Airline criticizes Heathrow at the Farnborough Airshow, and Asian markets see big gains today. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. At the Farnborough Airshow, Emirates Airline officials criticized Heathrow airport managers for failing to anticipate the travel rebound until it was too late. Emirates is clashing with London's Heathrow over enforced capacity cuts. It comes after Emirates on Thursday angrily rejected demands by Heathrow to cut capacity. The airline and airport later announced a deal to cap further sales on flights out of Heathrow through mid-August. Meanwhile, Emirates says the badly disrupted air travel industry will return to equilibrium in 2023 and must tough it out until then. Dubai-based transport startup Swivel is attracting customers as people in its bigger markets like Egypt and Pakistan ditch their cars in favor of buses. Swivel operates a ride-hailing platform for private buses similar to Uber's model for taxis. Swivel says bookings have increased 40% year-on-year in Q1. The Nasdaq-listed company did, however, slash its headcount by almost a third in May while scaling back expansion. It's also raised fares by between 10 and 20% in the last 4 months. Hong Kong stocks finished with big gains today following a healthy rally on Wall Street as traders welcomed U.S. retail data indicating consumers had so far been resilient to rising inflation. The Hang Seng climbed 2.7%, the Shanghai Composite ended 1.55% higher, and the Shenzhen Composite on China's second exchange jumped 1.48%. Goldman Sachs has seen a drop in Q2 profit as deal-making slumped, weakening the Wall Street giant's investment banking business. The bank reported profit of $2.8 billion or $7.73 per share for Q2. This compares to $5.3 billion or $15.02 per share a year earlier. Investment banking was weighed down by a plunge in underwriting activity and deals, which were stalled by a risk-averse sentiment that has swept across global markets. Haleon, the consumer healthcare unit spun off by British drugs giant GlaxoSmithKline, was worth around $36 billion when it began trading in London today. That's much lower than an expected $47.8 billion, with its shares down 5%. GSK says it's a new era where it's now 100% focused on biopharma innovation, uniting science, technology, and talent to get ahead of disease. GSK's share price tumbled 20% in early London trade following the demerger. UK-based food delivery app Deliveroo says the gross value of its transactions will grow by 12% at best this year. That's less than half the peak growth rate it had previously forecast. Deliveroo blamed a worsening economic outlook. Confidence levels among British consumers sank to a record low last month. Wages there are failing to keep pace with inflation, which has hit 40-year peaks and is headed even higher. Britons are cutting spending in response. Volkswagen-owned Porsche expects revenue of $38.6 billion to $39.6 billion in 2022, up from $33.6 billion in 2021. This comes despite registering a 5% drop in deliveries in the first half of the year, with China sales down 16% amid COVID lockdowns. Long-term, Porsche says it's targeting 20% or more return on sales, with a goal of 17 to 18% for 2022, up from 16% in 2021. Porsche's owner Volkswagen plans to list it on the stock market by the end of this year. The Dutch central bank has fined Binance $3.35 million for offering services in the Netherlands without being registered in the country. Binance is one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges. The fine was issued in April following a public warning issued against Binance in August 2021. The bank says Binance plans to appeal. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people. Our biggest winner today is Bernard Arnault and family, up $2.1 billion with net wealth of $150.5 billion. Our second biggest winner today is Gautam Adani, up $1.8 billion with net wealth of $114.4 billion. And our third place winner is Robin Zhang, up $1.6 billion with net wealth of $46.8 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. Weather catastrophes triggered by climate change have cost Germany at least $81.2 billion since 2018 as disasters grow more frequent and more intense. An official study estimates the impact of drought, floods, and extreme heat in Germany between 2000 and 2021 at nearly $147 billion, with most of it seen in recent years. Damage to buildings and infrastructure, as well as lost revenue in sectors like forestry and farming in Europe's top economy, are driving the losses. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.